Hi, this is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start off with talking a little bit about Archangel Raziel. He is the indigo ray, and the focus is intuition and insight. The chakra for this archangel is the third eye, and the element of Avyakta. It's primordial cloud of undifferentiated light. Balance expressed as intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. And this is the archangel that has really been trying to get me to pull away from being around people, because it's distracting me from learning how to really tune into these gifts. I mean, I've always been aware of them, but I've always been so busy, caught up in the day-to-day of working and helping people and going to church and going on mission trips and taking care of kids and stuff, that right now I've been really called to work with these archangels, which I'm just so grateful. So the indigo is the sixth ray of the physical visible rainbow spectrum and the fourth dimension transmuting ray of the throat chakra. It is a key to the development of latent psychic abilities and aids conscious connection to the spirit. Raziel is the archangel of the secret mysteries, whose name means the secret of God. He gives divine information by allowing us to glimpse the enigma that is God. This experience takes our consciousness beyond the confines of time, so all glimpses on this level of existence will show past, present, and future as the eternal now, because all we have is this very moment. According to sacred lore, Archangel Raziel stands daily on Mount Horeb, proclaiming the secrets of men to all mankind. Raziel's knowledge is total, absolute, unequivocal, and perfect. When we receive these amazing insights, we need no confirmation of our understanding from others. Our crown chakra is opened, the flames of enlightenment descend, and we can transcend normal reality. These encounters with Raziel can seem extreme to our friends, family, work colleagues, and even society in general. But once you have sure and certain knowledge of the workings of the divine, nothing will ever be the same again. And I've been ostracized even from the churches in this area, because they think that I'm demonic and that I'm crazy and that I need to be on medication and I need to be in therapy and I need to, be... I'm like, I've been baptized, I've been very active in the churches, I've done great deeds of work, and so these are the end of times where people are all confused. So that's another reason why I'm just kind of pulled back to really hone in with what God and the universe and the angels are trying to work through me. Okay, so along that lines, I want to go ahead and put in a little bit more here was about the use of tarot. So it says, divination, one of the most well-known uses of tarot is divination, the practice of seeking insight into the future or uncovering hidden truths. Divination with tarot cards involves asking a question and then drawing cards in a spread in a specific layout to interpret the symbolic messages in response to the question. Each card is believed to represent different energies, archetypes, or events, allowing the reader to gain guidance and perspective on issues like love, career, and personal challenges. This is all new to me, so I'm just kind of educating you as I find out this stuff. It says, unlike fortune telling, which is often rigid and perspective, tarot divination encourages flexible interpretations. So I said I'm using it for creative purposes, for being able to be unblocking my writer's block. I'm not, divinating for other people. It's for my personal moral compass and my guidance through the angels and the ancestors. And then if somebody else wants to know how to do it for themselves, then I'll do that. But I'm not trying to be a fortune teller. So the cards serve as mirrors, helping individuals gain a fresh perspective on their current situation. For many, the practice of tarot reading doesn't reveal fixed answers, but rather opens paths to potential outcomes. It's just like little snapshots of the energy in that moment. And sometimes that energy can linger, or sometimes it can change pretty quickly. For many, the practice of tarot reading doesn't reveal fixed answers, but many different outcomes, empowering the individual to make informed choices and find personal meaning in their journey. Psychological counseling in modern times, tarot has found a place in the psychological counseling and therapy, which is why I'm trying to learn it, because a lot of teenagers are using this tool, and so it allows me to be able to bridge the gap with this generation, to be able to help, tap into them and what they're doing and learn more about that way of connecting with the universe. Okay, so psychologists and counselors, especially those influenced by Carl Jung's theories, have recognized that tarot cards can help clients access their subconscious mind. Jung believed in the archetypes, universal symbols and patterns within the human psyche, and tarot cards, rich in archetypal imagery, align well with his theories. In a therapeutic setting, tarot allows clients to project their thoughts and feelings onto the images on the cards, bringing out hidden emotions, fears, and desires. By interpreting the symbols in relation to their own experiences, clients often gain insights into their behavioral patterns, relationships, and inner conflicts. Tarot thus becomes a form of projective storytelling, which is healing, where the cards serve as a bridge to the client's subconscious, facilitating breakthroughs and personal growth. Used responsibly, tarot in therapy encourages clients to reflect on their issues, find new perspectives, and understand themselves more deeply. You can use self-exploration. Tarot is also a powerful tool for self-discovery and personal growth. I've had such backlash over this. It's unreal. So some people use tarot to better understand themselves, explore their motivations, and gain clarity on their life purpose. Each tarot card represents a part of the human journey and reflects aspects of personality, experiences, and life stages. For example, drawing the Fool might encourage someone to consider where they need to take more risks or adopt a beginner's mind, while the Hermit might prompt reflection on a need for introspection or solitude. Through regular tarot readings, people can track their personal development, noting how their reactions to certain cards change over time. Tarot journaling, which I did my first one today that I was going to share a little bit about. So tarot journaling, where individuals record their thoughts and interpretations of each reading, is a popular method for charting growth. This practice helps users recognize recurring themes, confront fears, and celebrate progress. The process becomes an ongoing dialogue with oneself, helping individuals align with their inner truth and discover their unique path. Meditation tarot cards also serve as effective tools for meditation and mindfulness practices. By focusing on a specific card during meditation, individuals can delve deeply into the symbolism and the archetypes represented by the card. So, for example, meditating on the Star can invoke feelings of hope, peace, and renewal, while Strength can inspire courage and resilience. Each card's imagery and symbolism offer a meditative anchor that allows practitioners to connect with specific aspects of the inner self. Some people also create personalized tarot spreads specifically for meditation, selecting cards that represent qualities or energies they want to cultivate. This process encourages them to focus their thoughts and intentions, setting the stage for positive transformation. Tarot meditation helps quiet the mind, fosters emotional awareness, and allows people to deepen their connection to their intuition and higher self. I also find we have a lot of teenagers that are committing suicide. And if I can use these tools to be able to tap into what's going on into these young people's minds, then I don't see why religious people are just so against me helping using tools that that can prevent people from dying. So creative inspiration. Many artists, writers, and creative thinkers turn to tarot as a source of inspiration and a guide for creative projects. The rich symbolism and imagery of the tarot cards can stimulate new ideas and unlock hidden creativity. When faced with creative blocks, for instance, drawing a card can provide unexpected themes, symbols, or perspectives that help break through mental barriers. A card like the Magician, symbolizing skill and resourcefulness, might encourage someone to trust their abilities, while the Tower, representing sudden change, might inspire a plot twist or a new approach to storytelling. Tarot can also guide the structure of creative works. Writers might use a tarot card spread to outline a character's journey, drawing cards to represent the protagonist's challenges, strengths, and ultimate growth. Visual artists may find inspiration in the colors, symbols, and expressions on the cards, using them as reference points or for new projects. And in this way, tarot becomes a muse, inviting creatives to explore new dimensions of their craft. Guidance and problem solving. In addition to sparking creativity, tarot can be used as a tool for problem solving and decision making. By drawing cards related to a specific dilemma, individuals can view the situation from multiple perspectives, which often leads to innovative solutions. For example, a business owner might ask the cards about potential challenges and opportunities for a new venture, using the insights to develop a well-rounded strategy. The cards provide symbolic answers that encourage people to think outside the box and consider factors they may have overlooked. Ultimately, tarot's versatility makes it a valuable resource for various purposes, from gaining guidance on personal issues to finding new sources of inspiration. As a bridge to the unconscious mind, tarot offers a unique and profound method for exploring oneself, enhancing creativity, and developing a deeper sense of purpose in life. So, I went ahead and did my own little journal today. I bought these stickers of the different tarot cards, and so I used them and I created the layout, and there it is. And then I looked up what the meanings were and kind of used that today. So number 1 said the current energy level, and for that one I got the King of Wands, and it represents a dynamic, fiery, and highly entrepreneurial energy, which is right on the money. Number 2, why take part in a 33-day challenge, which is what I'm doing right now. Today was day 1 of the 33-day challenge. So it cuts through the confusion and illusion and offers aha moments needed to establish truth, firm boundaries, and take decisive action. Number 3, the energy after this challenge. So my energy said that after this challenge, I'd go from a state of rigid control, material security, and then I would have self-protection from fear of lack. So I'm all about that. Let's move forward. Number 4, changes in life that will occur. Well, it says I'm going to have fierce, fast, and highly focused mental energy. I'll be a mental warrior, blending my intellect with fiery drive of action. And I know the universe has had me kind of in a timeout, slowing down, learning a lot, focusing on my health and my body. And then sounds like we're going to be picking up speed and a lot of forward movement. So number 5, opportunities that will enter my life will be a sacred pause, a deep mental recovery, and spiritual sanctuary. And I will no longer be trying to force action. That's no longer going to happen because I've been trying. And now I've released it into Jesus' hands. So Jesus, take the wheel. So sacred pause here over these next 33 days. And then the universe is going to kick all into gear. And then number 6, the last one, was the 9 of Swords represents the mental anguish, the deep anxiety, and the sleeplessness that happen when we let our fears and catastrophic thinking consume us. It's often called the dark night of the soul. So I'm finally coming out of the dark night of the soul. Yay! It seemed like it's been going on forever, but it takes as long as it needs to take. And now that I've been through it, I can then turn around and help others that are going through it, which is why I have a lot of certifications in grief counseling, and you can check on my LinkedIn page. I have a whole list, over 100 of them, that I've been taking certification courses, preparing for when God, the universe, and the angels all decide to move me in this fast forward momentum. All right, had a couple of songs today. Starting to lose light, so we'll see how long we got. All right, the first one I had was God, I'm Just Grateful by Chandler Moore and Elevation Church. So here's the lyrics. It says, there was no way until you made one. Grace upon grace. Hallelujah. Even though I didn't deserve it, you did it. And even though I couldn't earn it, you give it. Who am I that you keep me on your mind? God, I'm just grateful for you. All my life, you've been right here by my side. God, I'm just so grateful for you. Holy, holy, there's only one, and I give you glory for all that you've done. Even though I don't deserve it, you did it. And even though I couldn't earn it, you give it. Who am I that you keep me on your mind? God, I'm just grateful for you. And the next one, giving me chills. Because there's been moments many times in my life where God is the only person that's been there for me. So I can only imagine, and it's by Mercy Me. And here's the lyrics. It says, I can only imagine what it would be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine, surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus, or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence, or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine when that day comes and I find myself standing in the sun. I can only imagine when all I will do is forever worship you. I can only imagine, surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Then I got a message when I was working out. I was doing my bar, doing my little ballet stuff, and I got the message. It was the song Iris by the Goo Goo, and it was telepathically given to me by the Goo Goo Dolls. But I think this one might be from my twin flame, and I think my twin flame is going to be different than my divine counterpart. My twin flame has a lot of lessons to learn and is avoiding even having conversations with me. So I think this one was from my twin flame and not from my actual divine counterpart. So here's the words. It says, I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest thing to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. When sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. So I think that he's realizing that he's kind of voided the contract between us and has opted not to even be part of my life when I've left that door open for years, and we got a lot of years. And that's okay. He knows what he needs to do and where he needs to be and who he needs to be doing it with. And if it's not being in my life, and your twin flame can just be a friend, and if he doesn't even just want to be my friend, that's okay, because hopefully we'll connect on the other side, right? I'm always going to leave that telepathic connection open, so then that way hopefully when he's healed enough and wants to reach out, he can. But I am calling in my highest divine counterpart to come in and be able to move forward with building what God's wanted me to anchor in this lifetime. Because counterparts, it's not just about, I'm in love with that person, and oh, I've got all, because usually the guys have a lot of money, but God gives them that money for the divine mission. And I think my twin flame got lost in the sauce and was like, oh, I got all this money, and didn't handle it well, and has people and women and things that he's kind of spent some of that money on, and so now ashamed that he's not doing what he needs to do. And so I understand that all has to be processed, but my divine counterpart, who's done all the work, who's done all the healing, he's got his ducks in a row, he knows what's going on, and he's going to be coming into my life, so then that way we can get this mission really moving forward and give me that momentum that I've been seeking. Okay, then my ancestors, interesting enough, have left me pennies the last 2 days. I find pennies in the strangest places when they want me to remember to trust in God. Because if you look on the penny, it says, "In God we trust." So whenever I find a penny in a really weird random place, I know that my ancestors are just saying, God's got you, relax. I know it's hard, but God's really in control. Okay, and then after I was leaving my workouts today, I was going to get some tea, and I happened to pass this beautiful cherry red 57 Chevy, which is one of my favorite vintage cars. And it reminded me of going to car shows with my dad in Chicago when I was younger. He always liked to go to the car shows. I was usually bored out of my mind, but it's just a good memory, a wholesome memory that I had. And it was just like, how wild was that, to be able to see that. And then, I was also given the song Rockin' Robin, which I don't know if you've ever heard of that. I don't know who sings. I think it might have been the Jackson 5. But I had a stepdad, my very first stepdad, because I've had a few. The very first one, he used to sing that song in his workshop, and I thought he made it up. Like, I didn't know that it was an actual song. I just, you're a kid, you just, you think your parents are really clever, and so he used to sing that song, and I thought, oh my God, he made that song up, and that was a cool song. And then when I got a little older, I did a dance recital, and so I had to dance to that song, and then it was like, oh, he didn't make that song up. That was actually a real song from the radio. So you get this image in your head when you're a kid of somebody, and then your bubble gets burst later on and be like, oh, I gave him credit where credit was not due. All right, let's get a couple messages. I know I talked a lot, but I had a lot of channeled things going on today. So let's get a message from our Ascended Masters within our Keepers of the Light. Hopefully I can get a couple more quick messages in before I lose all my light. Thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel and helping me as your girl grows and evolves and changes right in front of your very eyes. Hopefully you too are enjoying the fruits of your labor as you are on your own healing journey. So let's see, we have synchronicity. Okay, getting lots of these. It is Lady Nada, which is the Heart Awakening, which is one of my missions. I'm supposed to help with people healing those heart wounds and opening up the heart chakra. So it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. And that's something that in the past was out of balance. I was always giving because I love to give. But now I'm supposed to be on the receiving end, and then a healthy balance back and forth. But I am supposed to be receiving, and hopefully that's going to change quickly here. Because, the girls got, some bills that need to be paid, and I need gas in my car. So any financial donations or opportunities I would greatly appreciate to be able to keep me moving and doing the Lord's work wherever He calls me to go. All right, let's go ahead and get one from my Work Your Light Oracle. And we get, yes, just say yes. Oh, That is a good thing to hear, because I've had to be in a season of no, because I get all of these false offers of help and false offers of building with me, and then I have to be like, nope, sorry. And I don't mean to be mean or seem like I'm cold or seem like I am not wanting to develop these connections, but they're just not the right fit for me. I can fit into all kinds of crowds and interact with all kinds of people, but there are specific people that are on my destiny that I need to be connecting with. They're my destiny helpers in order to help anchor in what the divine needs. So if I have to say I'm sorry, I'm busy, or I can't, it's not personal, it's spiritual. All right, now we have a message from the Crystal Alchemy Oracle. Let's see what the crystals have to tell us. I find these to be very interesting because they are usually aligned with the chakras, which I feel like all of the work that I've been doing on my body is really fine-tuning the chakra system, and the physical pains that I was experiencing are definitely alleviating. So thank you, archangels. I'm getting the messages, and they're relieving me of the physical pains because they're having me focus so much on clearing out those energy channels. All right, and we've got hematite. This is for the Earth Star chakra. It's for grounding, focus, and strength. And that one is really good because a lot of the energies where I've been have been so scattered that I'm trying to ground myself in the middle of a lot of different various energies. So that definitely resonates with me. All right, and let's go ahead and do one final one. Like I said, we'll keep this kind of short and sweet because I did a little talking. But let's get a message from Archangel Raphael from our Healing Oracle deck. And let's see what he has to say. Thank you again, Archangels. Oh, I got lightning bugs. I don't know about you guys, but lightning bugs used to be all around when I was younger. And when my kids were growing up, they weren't as much around. And so, that's awesome that I just saw 3 of them. 4. I love that. Okay, let's see. We got children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. See, and that's my divine mission, is to help the children and set up systems of healing for parents and for anyone that's in need and is willing to do the work in order to better the planet for the next generation. So I'm glad that you were here, and I hope you found this to be very enlightening, giving you lots of information. And if you like my content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when more comes out. And I hope you have a blessed day.